Group D. Well, it seems obvious that Netherlands and France are going to go through, but maybe it won't be that easy, okay? And I don't think it will. I don't think it will, people. So let us know in the comment section. Do you think Netherlands and France are going to go through? Or will I convince you otherwise while this video goes through? Because Austria and Poland, last dance of Robert Lewandowski, they could surprise people. Could surprise people.
Austria in particular, playing a frenetic kind of fight for everything type of football that has really been. It's perfect for a team like Austria. So Ralf Ragnick turned down Bayern Munich for this. He's got to make this count. They have nobody that absolutely screams star, which is exactly what he wants.
True.
And I'm telling you right now, I know he did not necessarily turn out for Leipzig this season, but Christoph Baumgartner, by the end of this tournament, will definitely raise his profile a whole lot more. I think Austria is shooting for quarterfinals or bust. And it's a reminder that if there's a reminder out there that if they do anything in this, because they are a great pick for dark horse with how good they were through qualifying, if they do anything, they're going to be doing it without David Alaba.
True.
Right?
Alaba.
And the experience.
Well said. Alaba is not in this Austrian national team. And yes, in the European qualifications, Austria only lost once to Belgium. That was a tough matchup against the Belgium national team, really well coached, with that we're going to mention in future, okay? With Lukaku, Tedesco. But the Austrian national team is the perfect job for Ralf Ragnick. Ralf Ragnick was the sporting director of Red Bull Leipzig, of Red Bull Salzburg. He knows the development of Red Bull players better than anyone. And in this Austrian national team, we clearly see the fingerprints of players like that. Baumgartner, Seifeld, Baidu. Where is he playing? Baidu. All these players have a Red Bull link up. So we have to be aware of the system, the pragmatic football that Ralf Ragnick knows how to play with the right players. And Austria is that team. I will put them third. Just for the starters, because the people are listening to the video, and I hinted big time on them. I'll put them third.
but right, there is a way forward with this, because the Netherlands, I love this. I think Netherlands is making progress, but I also look collectively as a team, like Austria just seems a really good collective squad. Like that, this defense, Gernot Troner for Feyenoord, kind of a sleeper talent for one of the better. He's an old guy, but like one of the better defenders in the entire Eredivisie. Kevin Danso, maybe not last season, but the year prior to that at Lens was one of the best defenders in Lyon. You've got the crazy man up top, Marko Arnautovic. We'll see how much of an impact he has. But really, they got Marcel Sabitzer, right? And he was key for Dortmund in their run to the UCL final. So you counter that to the Netherlands, and you've got Ronald Koeman, who some people look at him kind of as the Southgate type of issue, like they're not going to be the best anymore under Ronald Koeman. But then again, it was Ronald Koeman who, in 1988, I believe it was, won the dang thing with the Dutch. And he wants to become Didier Deschamps and be the one that would be only the second player and then subsequent coach to win both a title as a player and a coach. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how this team is going to look on the field, right? I mean, you have phenomenal players coming off of phenomenal campaigns. Koop Miners, Frankie de Jong, maybe less so, but Dumfries winning in Italy. Bergwijn was ridiculous for Ajax this season, probably the only thing that was good for Ajax this particular season. Memphis Depay, he's going to do well, right? But he didn't have a great season. Xavi Simons,
Jeremy Frimpong.
This team, it's a dark horse. It's weird to call him a dark horse, but it feels very dark horsey. Nicky van de Ven.
With the history that the Netherlands have. But I get you. There's not a Robbie van Persie in this team. There's no Ruud van Nistelrooy. There's no Van der Sar. Frankie de Jong, you don't get the feeling that he's the superstar when he plays for the Netherlands. And we see Memphis Depay trying to be the main player, which he is in terms of goal-scoring ability. He's been the best in the last 10 years, okay? After Van Persie, this era. So in Group D, I go France first. France mandatory have to win 3 in 3 with the level of these teams, but pay attention to Ralf Ragnick ball with Austria. I'll put second the Netherlands, but it's going to be very, very close with this third place with Austria. And fourth, Poland in the last dance of Robert Lewandowski. It saddens me that will be the case, but I don't think this Polish national team is at the same level as these other 3 teams. Mbappe, look, Mbappe cannot go to the Real Madrid locker room empty-handed. He must go with a trophy. He's won in the past, but I mean recent trophies, okay? And Kylian Mbappe next season will be the number 9 of Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr. the number 7, and Jude Bellingham the number 5, and Rodrigo 11. It's gonna be just beautiful. Valverde 8. Luka Modric, the veteran, with the 10. That Mbappe will then pass over to Mbappe. Oh my days, it's gonna be ridiculous.
And like this is just it's a tournament of moments, right? France will get through their group. We're pretty certain on that. But it's whether or not William Saliba probably won't play that much, right?
True.
Because he's not in Deschamps. It's what is it? It's Konate.
Pavard plays a lot with Deschamps.
Yeah. Yeah. So it could be moments like that where Upamecano decides to have one of his bad games that we've seen. Not time and time again, but every once in a while for, say, like a Bayern. But at the same time, I just don't see it happening. I mean, squad for squad, if you're looking at the 25, 26-man squad that's here, France has a team that should win the dang thing. And it's a wonderful blend of youth along with really, obviously, Euro stars, World Cup stars, World International stars. Antoine Griezmann, Giroud, the last dance of Giroud, Kylian Mbappe at 25, captaining them. It's unbelievable. So to not see them in the final would obviously be insane. But then again, guys, 4 years ago, all you need is a goalkeeper to stand on their head. All you need is a disciplined, insane. Well, I wouldn't say disciplined. That game was a goal fest. But France versus Switzerland, my oh my, was that a trip. True. And crazy stuff happens in these tournaments. But yeah, France should be there.
It's true.
Right?
It's true. 100%. France are the favorites to win Euro 2024, in my opinion, ahead of England. They got the best player individually, Kylian Mbappe, captain at 25. Man is going to Real Madrid. Man has to go with trophies, okay? And the Real Madrid players playing for France too. It's interesting to see Ferland Mendy, Ariel Chouameni, Camavinga, and now Kylian Mbappe. Who knows if Lenny Yoro will be next? And Lenny Yoro, tremendous talent that you guys must know about. Future top center back in the world of football. Future, some may say present right now. So, yes, you go with Netherlands, France going through, right, Breton?
I do. I agree with you also that if Netherlands going through, I think it'll be on goal differential. It'll be, but I think Austria gets through in third place, even in a very tough group. No crazy
let us know
here,
if you
Austria
agree, and if you agree with the comments saying that France are the favorites to win the competition. Actually, before we end the video, people, I want to know your reaction to this comment. Kylian Mbappe himself said Euros are more difficult than the World Cup to win. The Euros are more difficult than the World Cup. Kylian Mbappe said this, Breton. What are your thoughts?
Interesting. I mean, he would know very clearly. It's kind of. I mean, it's kind of the thing individually, but it's kind of the thing individually. I understand why he would say it, right? Individually, he has not yet overrun a Euro the same way that he has done a World Cup. I mean, this is a guy that scored a hat trick in a final, still lost, but probably still feels like he did all he could in that particular match. This is a guy that, as we just mentioned, was kicked out by Jan Sommer and Switzerland in their last tournament 3 years ago, and previous to that, he was a tyke. So I kind of agree with him in the sense that you've got every match with 24 teams right, in it. Every match is a consolidated concentration of talent,
Okay.
and a bunch of sides that do know each other incredibly well. So I kind of agree with him in that concentration. Like, you can't let your guard down in even
Interesting.
the slightest moment.
Interesting.
And you compare that to the World Cup, where you have a lot more unknowns. Like, scouting becomes a massive, massive, not upgrade, but
Then you
a
have
really big part
Morocco,
of getting out of your group. Right.
Nigeria, South Korea. Oh, even
Yeah.
Ecuador, I believe in 2026 will be a very tricky team. Let us know. Do you
Yeah.
agree with the statement of Kylian Mbappe or you don't? And let us know your
Agree.
Group D predictions.